So this is the Sennheiser MKE 400. I'm actually talking into it right now. It is on this camera over here. On this other camera, which is also an A7S III, they're both set up identically. We have the Rode VideoMic NTG. So Sennheiser asked me if they could send me the MKE 400 to talk about and review on my channel. I said, sure, so that's what I'm doing. Now for reference, I have my usual audio setup over here, which is the MKH 416, which is a $1,000 microphone into another $1,000 of audio equipment to record it, and then I process it and make it sound like this. But the MKE 400 is a $200 microphone just plugged directly into my camera. And also the Rode VideoMic NTG is, I think it's about $250 now, and that's also just plugged straight into my camera. Now, I don't usually use an on-camera microphone. When I got the Rode VideoMic NTG, I liked it so much and started using it instead of any other on-camera microphone because it sounded most like the MKH 416 setup that I use when I boom the microphone and have it positioned in the same place. And we'll run that comparison here in just a little bit. Now, I did say I would do a test with them all about the same distance away from my face so you could hear how the Sennheiser MKH 416 sounds going into the MixPre 3, recorded onto an SD card and then processed externally. Then you can compare that against the Rode VideoMic NTG being recorded directly into the Sony A7S III with no sound processing, and then the Rode VideoMic NTG being recorded into the Sony A7S III with sound processing using my preset, versus the Sennheiser MKE 400 being recorded directly into the Sony A7S III with no sound processing, and then the Sennheiser MKE 400 recorded directly into the Sony A7S III with sound processing using my preset in Adobe Audition. I think once you start talking really close to these microphones, the way it sounds with your voice is going to be more important than anything else. But I prefer the way Sennheiser's microphones sound with my voice. But then I've never used Sennheiser's on-camera microphones before, like the MKE 400, which I know there was a previous version of it. This is actually the second iteration or second version of it. I know there's other reviews on the internet already about it. But this is my first experience with Sennheiser's on-camera microphones, and so far, I really like the way that it sounds. Now, I also took a look at the waveforms of both of these microphones. So if I just give you a few seconds of silence with both these microphones, and then I boost up the volume a good 15 decibels or so, you'll hear what both of these microphones are doing differently to just white noise. Do you hear that? It sounds like the Rode is adding some kind of electronic noise of some sort, while the Sennheiser MKE 400 sounds a lot more just like it's not adding anything. It's not coloring the sound at all. So I really like that about the MKE 400, and I think that it sounds a little bit better with my voice. Sort of why I like the MKH 416 so much is because I like the way Sennheiser's microphones sound with my voice. Now, if I were vlogging with this camera, I would be probably about this close to both of the microphones. This is what the Rode VideoMic NTG sounds like, and then this is what the Sennheiser MKE 400 sounds like. A couple different things about Sennheiser's kit and what they sent out. It comes with, so if you just get the microphone, it's $200, but if you get it with the little mobile kit, it's $230. That includes the Manfrotto little tripod thing that I actually really like. And then it also comes with a phone clamp and a phone cable. It doesn't come with a connector to actually connect it to an iPhone, although your phone comes with one. I lost mine a long time ago, so I can't actually test this microphone with my iPhone. But the little phone clamp that they include in this kit is the best phone clamp that I've seen or used. It holds onto the phone really well. You can tilt the phone vertically or horizontally with the microphone attached to a cold shoe, and the microphone will rotate with the phone, and it doesn't have to. You can just pull your phone in and out. It actually works really well. It's the best version of a phone clamp that I've seen. So this little tab here locks it so it can swivel. And then it doesn't swivel, and this little thing here prevents it from opening up, so it keeps your smartphone in there, or if it's loose, you can take it out. When it comes to powering options, when I went to go make this video, because I rarely use on-camera microphones, I had to charge up the Rode VideoMic NTG, because as rare as I use the on-camera microphones, the Rode VideoMic NTG has died. So instead of just starting to record, I had to charge the microphone up for an hour. But the MKE400 is powered with AAA batteries. So if you're trying to go run and gun and take this camera out for a few days of vlogging or on a trip or something, and you don't know if you're going to be able to plug in and charge something over USB, then that's another point for the MKE400. You can just replace the batteries with disposable batteries. Some people prefer rechargeable microphones with built-in batteries. Some people prefer replaceable batteries. I don't think it really matters. It's just a personal preference. Also, there's no confusing buttons or dials or knobs or things or press and hold buttons on the MKE400. There is a gain switch for minus, regular, and plus, which is like minus 20 decibels, in the middle, which is 0, and then plus 20 decibels. And then there's a low pass filter. So if you're outside and there's a lot of wind noise or something like that, it'll kind of help cut that down. They both turn on and off with your camera as you turn the camera on and off, so you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. That's pretty common in these on-camera microphones these days. They both have cable management, so the cable coming off of the microphone onto your camera doesn't hit you in the face. That's not a problem anymore. The Sennheiser MKE400 is a little bit smaller than the VideoMic NTG. The build quality is really good on both of them, so I don't think you have anything to worry about there. It also has a headphone jack and a volume rocker, so you can monitor the volume out of the microphone itself and also change the volume going into your headphones. It's not complicated. It shouldn't be complicated. You can also use this with your phone. The more configurable it will be, the more difficult it will be to get it set up and going. So I do like the simple aspect of it. Ultimately, I think that it sounds better for my voice than the Rode VideoMic NTG sounds with my voice. So I'll be using, if I need to reach for an on-camera microphone moving forward, the Sennheiser MKE400. If you want to pick up one of these microphones yourself, there's a link to it in the description of this video. We're also going to be taking a look at Sennheiser's AVX MKE2 set with the little transmitter and receiver, which I've always been curious about. They also sent it out for me to take a look at, so hit subscribe if you want to watch that video. Oh, and for anyone that's been wondering where I've been and sending me messages and tweets and asking how I've been, I appreciate that. Thank you. I just had to take some time for myself. Life comes first, and I'm back. So we'll see you guys next week. Peace.